Shalom Aleichem. My name is Rav Yoni Denitz, and I look forward to teaching the girls this year in Harova Seminary. And Mir Hashem, we'll start with a beautiful Zman. We'd like to say a few words on the Parsha, on Parsha Shoftim. The Parsha begins with an amazing concept. Says the Parsha, says the first pasuk, Shoftim v'shoitim titin lecha b'chol sharecha. Okay, seems kind of standard, right? Now, I had a Rebbe that always said to me, and always taught, that when it comes to the Torah, every single word that's being used is carefully chosen, kiviyachol, so to speak, by Kadosh Baruch Hu, by Hashem, to teach us something significant. So, Shoftim v'shotrim titin lecha b'chol sharecha, it's so unique, it's a chidush, it's something that's, I wouldn't know by myself that I have to place Shoftim and Shotrim, judges and people who govern. What's the idea? Says the Shloh HaKadosh, which Rav Lopian and Lev Eliyahu elaborates on this idea. He says that Shoftim v'Shotrim titin lecha b'chol sharecha. Let's break it down for a minute. What's a shar? What's a gate? Says the Shloh. Every single person, neck up. This is the ikr of a person's. The Mekubalim believe that the neshama is behind the film of the eye. This is the ikr. This is the essential part of the person, right? And we have 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, 1 mouth. How many is that? We have 7. Says Rav Lopian on the idea of Shotim v'Shotim b'Shem the Shloh. That doesn't mean just simply the pshat of, you have to govern. You have to have rulers. You have to have a mayor, a councilman, right? A president, senators, congressmen. No, it goes more than that. Says Rav Lopian that it means that a person has to place Shoftim v'Shotrim upon himself. Where? B'chol sharecha. You have to use the Tzilam Elokim that you're given. What's called the neshama, right? The Tzilam Elokim inside every single yid, every single Jewish person. And be careful on your eyes, what you watch, what you see. Your ears, what you listen to. Your nostrils, right? Which is basically the idea of Ipach Ba'apav Dishmas Chaim, the neshama. The mouth, how you speak, Lashon Hara. That a person's essence, we'll call it his behavior, right? His behavior, his characteristics, his midot. That he has shoftim and shotrim. It's not just that you walk through life, okay, life is life. Life gets tough. I'll see what I want to see, speak how I want to speak, listen to what I want to listen to. No, it goes beyond that. It says with Lopian, every single person is given the Tzilam Elokim. He's created in the image of Hashem, the image of God, and therefore has the ability to utilize his seichel, take his intellect that's being guided by the Torah to guide every single thing that he does in his life. I once met a Rebbe in high school, and I asked him to give me a higher grade, right? I got a C+. I said, Rebbe, my Gemara test, I want to get into a good college. I said, Rebbe, I'm going for Harvard here, right? I have to get a good score. You got to give me an A. And he looked at me so innocently and said, but Yoni, you don't deserve it. And I thought, what do you mean, Rabbi? Of course I deserve it. I'm working hard in your class. Yoni, you don't deserve it. And it hit me that the Torah, having a Rebbe, being guided by a neshama, means that the way you behave, you're taking it to a whole new level, right? Okay, I wanted a better grade. No, it goes beyond that. He was teaching me that to have good midos, to act as a ben Torah, to act as a mensch, and to think beyond just the here and now and I want a good grade, but to utilize my neshama, right? To be a certain person, that's what he taught me. That's the idea of that whole idea of shoftim v'shotim titin lecha b'chol sharecha. Beautiful concept. Says Rav Lopian, he elaborates. When a person does this, you reach a level which is a level that we all really truly want in our lives. That's called devekis, being connected. Devek is glue, right? My daughter always has, Abba, I need more devek, right? Devek is glue. We all want to achieve what's called devekis with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Today, mamash today, I actually drove home the Rosh Kollel of a kollel called Sharei Shemayim. This is a kollel of Mikubalim, of Kabbalists, and he runs the kollel. You could imagine the level of this person. And I asked him, I said, can you please give me some chizuk? Can you please give me some strength? Be mechazik me. It's Rosh Hashanah coming up. I said that I'm the director in the yeshiva. I'm teaching a lot. Can you give me chazak? What he told me was like this. He said that every single year a person's given what's called a new tzelem, the ability to actualize who we are, which is in essence our neshama, clothed by the body, put into a physical world because we have to be here, to earn the right to be closer to Kodesh Baruch Hu. That is called dveikis, and that's what we all really want in our lives. My wife and I were discussing, hey, should we buy this car, that car? What can we afford, right? We hope to buy an apartment one day, sometime soon, maybe tomorrow. And 1 second, I said to her, everything's mina shemayim. This deal falls through, this lease is too expensive, right? And we're analyzing our finances and we're thinking to ourselves, we're getting so kind of bogged down in the day-to-day. And I said to my wife, let's step back for a moment and think to ourselves how blessed we really are. The dveikus that we can really achieve every single day. Now, we as Jews do not remove ourselves from the physical world. We know we have to live in the physical world. We're clothed by a physical body. We're not just a neshama. Hashem said, I want you. Hashem said to Adam Rishon, I'm kicking you out of the Garden of Eden, the Gan Eden, because I want you to do more. I want you to now be a guf and neshama to earn the right to get closer to me again. That's called dveikus. And that's what we all really want. When a person is careful with what they see, what they listen to, how they speak, what they eat, what they hear, right? How they spend their time. We have to work. We have to be involved in the physical world. But how we spend our time beyond that, that's how we become close to Hashem like glue and reach that dveikus. The Parsha continues and says, you have to listen to the rabbis and don't veer right or left. Whoa, 1 second. I'm an individual. I have an intellect. I'm smart, and so forth. This rabbi is telling me not to do something. This rabbi is saying, Yoni, maybe not, maybe yes. I have to listen to them. What's the idea here of lotasser? And the answer is like this. When a person focuses his whole life on being closer to Hashem, within work, within having a family and so forth, within the physical world, and reaches that dveikus, a person like that, the Torah has given him chokhmah. A person like that, the Torah has given him the ability to think clearly. And therefore, when that person guides us in our lives, you listen to what that person's saying. We're all human. But Hashem made a system in such that the Torah makes us smart. The Torah purifies our mind, our intellect. I once asked a Rebbe of mine, I said, what's called dat Torah? What does that mean? That you go to a rabbi and ask for advice. He said, you know what? It's not that he's so unique. It's that the Torah, because he studies the Torah so much, has entered into his fiber in every being. And therefore has enabled him to make certain choices and to offer you advice based on that idea. Unbelievable concept. Last idea that the Torah, that the Parsha finishes with, is the idea that a melech, the king, has to always be learning Torah. The king, he's so busy. Of all people, he has to be always busy holding a Sefer Torah, right? Learning Torah all the time. What's the idea there? Same concept, same thread, same theme that we're speaking about, which is that a king has to worry so much about his constituents, and is so busy. Sometimes, right, that can become overwhelming. You got to be involved in the physical world. Hashem says, have a good life. The first thing that God said to man was eat. Enjoy yourself. Have a good life, but do it in a kosher way, right? Eat from every single tree, but not from the itadas tovara. So a melech who's so busy can get so caught up in the day-to-day and lose track of and lose sight of what really is the point of being a melech in Klal Yisrael. It says Hashem, I want you to hold the Sefer Torah. I want you to always be learning Torah, because that will give you the ability to know what to say it, how to use your sight, right? How to use your ears, what to listen to, what to say, how to speak, how to give advice, and so forth. That's the idea with the thread, the theme that's going on in this week's Parsha. An unbelievable concept. As we approach what's soon to be, right now, or the Sfardim are saying Slichos. We're in Elul. We're in the feeling right now in Israel, what the girls are going to be experiencing in the old city is this feeling in the air of heightened Kedusha, of more of an awareness of holiness and connection and dveikus to a Kodesh Baruch Hu. We're going to have these experiences, share that with them, and bring that to the seminary. And the idea is to show the girls that, and to teach ourselves at the same time, that we all want that dveikus, right? We have to be in a physical world. We have to have ears. We have to have eyes. We have to have a nose. We have to have a mouth. We have to have a physical body. But Hashem says, I want you to actualize your Telem Elokim. Use that in the right way. Enjoy your life. Be successful, but do it in the right way. If you do that, you reach what can be the ultimate Dveikus. Good Shabbos.